this. Fuck. What's his? Who played Jason in Never Hike Alone 2?
I don't know.
They say?
I mean, sure they said, but I honestly don't know. All I know is there's a lot of Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives cameos in the film. But of course, Tom Matthews, who is Tommy, returned to this film as a full featured. I mean, he's the main character.
Yeah, he's Tommy.
Yeah, he's legitimate Tommy. And there's some other cameos. The news lady at the end of the film that's doing like the newsreel. She's the one from Part 5 that has the big old tits that was laying on the ground, and the fake Jason hit her in the eyes with the shears and shit like that. Like, there's a lot of like cameos like that in there.
Yeah, and then you have the sheriff's deputy that what's his name that played Jason at the end of Freddy vs. Jason, and he also played Michael.
Douglas Tate.
Douglas Tate,
excuse me.
Tate.
He's one of the deputies in this movie.
Yeah.
And of course, wherever the red dot goes, you bang. The real deputy in Part 6 is the sheriff now in this one. He has I wouldn't say he was a cameo. He was a reoccurring character. He played in the first two as well. It's just this one he was just finished up or whatever.
Yeah, and it was a nice little standalone fan made film. It was, I think, like an hour and 20. It was something. It was a decent runtime for a fan made film. Great special effects. Whoever played Jason did a killer job, pun intended. Love the cameos in it. I would have rated this a little bit higher if it wasn't a fan-made film. I just can't put it over actual films, but I definitely will put it over this shit. So that's my 26.
Cool. Well,
25.
I'm going to go to 25. Staying with the fan films, as you call them. I have Dylan's New Nightmare at 25.
Okay. Or independent films, if you want to call it there.
This movie, it's not very long. It's maybe 30, 45 minutes long at the most.
It's got a 40-minute runtime.
40-minute runtime. It's mostly just relies on the acting chops of Miko Hughes, and he is Dylan in the film, and it's more like he's trying to break into acting, and he goes for like these auditions and stuff, but he's having nightmares that Freddy is coming to get him and stuff like that. I don't know. It's a very well put together fan film. It's the second best fan film of last year.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to add to that other than I thought the movie has a killer fucking soundtrack to it.
It does.
The soundtrack is like a combination of it's a band that covered Tuesday Night's song. Tuesday Night was an actress that played in played in Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Yeah.
Who had the song, running from his nightmare. Anyway, it's like a pop punk band who like covered that song and did put their own little spin to it and kind of done it, for this film, and it's really good. So no need to go any further. It's good. It's free. It doesn't take up any time. Watch it if you are a Nightmare fan. And if you've ever wondered, hey, what's that little boy from Pet Sematary up to these days? This is what he's doing.
Yeah, great guy. Speaking of pretty great movie, at number 25, I have Consecration, which...
I did not see this.
You did not see this. This is a kind of possession, murder, mystery film about a nun that seeks out the truth of her dead brother, and then all of his shit goes awry. If anybody has Shudder, it's on Shudder. So I ain't gonna say it's free. You have to subscribe to Shudder. I don't think it's on anything else. Actually, I think this was a Shudder like movie
exclusive.
Yeah. It was good. I dug it. Great acting. Very good acting. Very good storytelling. The cinematography is like dark and gloomy, like very Ring-esque cinematography, like that dark feeling. I'm not gonna. This is actually one I want the people to go watch. I don't want to spoil anything with this one. This was great. If we had more like kind of possession mystery films, like that's what we need in 2024 and going on. We need more thriller horror mysteries. That seems to be a very lost art. And this movie did a fantastic job doing that. The gore, practical effects were great in this movie. I love this movie. If you get a chance to check it out, please do. Yes, that's about as much as I want to give away for that movie.
Sweet meat. Well, I guess what 24, right?
Yes. What was your 25? Dylan's New Nightmare?
Yeah, that was my 25.
Okay, 24.
Number 24, I have a movie that we went to the theaters and saw, and we both liked it. It's Cobweb.
I got that one a little bit higher, but I'll talk about Cobweb too.
Yeah, Cobweb, mom and dad keeping the kid in the house. Obviously, there's some thing, maybe supernatural, maybe not, living in the walls. Is the kid's parents actually bad, or are they evil, or whatever?
Is the kid crazy?
Yeah. Nope, he kind of just made a mistake.
He made a real fucking mistake.
He made a big mistake.
He made a big boo-boo.
Basically, the thing living in the wall.
Never trust what you hear in the walls.
Yeah, it's the forgotten sister that has been locked away. Is that a good word for it? Locked away.
Put away.
And she's like, please help me. The parents are bad. Look what they did to me, and kind of convinces the boy.
You never knew about me.
Yeah, the kind of convinces the boy that, oh shit, my parents are bad. But when he actually does something about it and kills his fucking parents and then releases this demon, she's immediately bad, and he immediately fucking regrets it.
Yeah, immediately. It's not like a
it's
a
not like
he's like,
yeah, he doesn't have a come to God moment like, oh, I made a mistake. It's like, I opened the chest and I fucked up. I fucked up real bad. Yeah, and the whole time we're sitting there watching it going, this doesn't make any sense. Like, they should have at least did something to where he kind of like woke up and said, oh, fuck, I messed up. But it was nothing like that. That is my one big fucking criticism of the film.
Yeah.
Is that there was nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, how can you think that she's good all this time, and then you open the door and you automatically know she's bad, even though she hasn't done anything?
To me, that tells you that you knew she was bad to begin with.
Yeah, and it kind of takes away the sympathy that you would ever give this little boy.
Yeah.
So
I immediately didn't feel bad for this kid.
Yeah, I mean, he pulls through, and the it's called Cobweb because the sister is like a spider looking thing. It's a good monster type of flick. It does a good job of mixing reality with supernatural, like, stuff like that. Yeah. But that was my one big criticism. I mean, they could have done something to at least give him a reason not to trust her.
Yeah, they almost had it. They almost stankied the ending.
Almost.
You almost had it, Bobby. Speaking of almost had it, number 24, The Elevator Game for me.
Okay. This is one that I actually was going to watch, but I ended up not. So go ahead.
It's I'm thinking that I should have put Consecration a little bit higher on my list now. That's what I'm thinking. Elevator Game is about an urban legend where you sit there and it's called obviously the elevator game, and you hit this the number of floors in a certain order, and then at the end of it you're supposed to close your eyes and this entity, demon, whatever's comes in, and then it takes you to the first floor, and then you're in this like purgatory type supernatural world. But if you open your eyes, this thing kills you.
Okay.
So we follow this pretty much YouTube crew. This channel is about like debunking supernatural stuff, and their sponsor's about to pull the plug because they didn't sponsor them right in a video. And then they have this new kid that comes in magically, and he brings up the elevator game, and then they have to do the elevator game because they need to make a video quick in order to get the sponsor out. They play the elevator game, they get up there, they open their eyes like dipshits, and then this thing pretty much starts haunting them. The main kid, well, not main kid, but new kid, come to find out his sister played the elevator game and he's trying to find her. Consecration's better than this. Consecration should be higher on my list. I'm putting Consecration higher. But anyway, so they go back. The other two people have to go play the game. Like it kind of goes off the rails a little bit, and you don't understand why things are going the way they are. And then the ending pretty much is like the kid that was after, like, pretty much trying to find his sister the whole time, never finds it. Everybody pretty much dies. And then he thinks he's gotten away. And then all of a sudden he plays the elevator game, opens his eyes, and then she like grabs him and it cuts off.
Okay.
This one should have been further down on my list. Because thinking about it, like, I was kind of like, the more I think about this movie, the more I didn't like it. Consecration should have been in this spot.
Well, that's okay.
I made a boo-boo. I'm sorry.
We can just switch them around right there.
Yeah, so Elevator Game, if you want to watch it, it's on Shudder. I'm not going to I'm not going to recommend.
Rack-to-rack-em.
Rack-a-rack-em.
I don't rack-em this.
Rackball. Remember that old
Don't
hobo?
you play with my rackdom, you might get some scat.
You stupid. You remember Rack'em Rack Willie? The homeless
Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah. Rack'em. I don't. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to YouTube, type in Rack'em Rack Willie, and you will get some entertaining shit.
I don't think Willie is with us anymore.
No, he is dead at this point. Kind of like the guy that looks like Arn Anderson in the neck brace. Holy shit, I gotta go. There's a squirrel fucking my tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting off subject here.
My number 24. This might ruffle some feathers because this, a lot like Talk to Me, was a lot of people's faves.
Fave?
Fave. Coming in at number 24 is Scream 6.
Ooh, wait. I got a little bit higher on my list. It's not too far away.
Scream 6 is a movie that everybody praised when it first came out, and we did not, because we were big fans of the franchise, and we saw and we poked holes in it because those holes were obvious. Now, over time, going back and rewatching it, we watch it for what it is, which is a fun little slasher movie. But when you see it for the first time, you can't help but point out those big plot holes and those big things in it. And I still think, as a Scream film, out of all 6 movies, I still don't think